I'm Ashley. This is Sleeping Books, and today I'm going to be doing Backlist Readathon. So before I get into the vlog part of this video, I'm going to be talking about all the books you're going to be seeing me reading. The first prompt is the shortest book you have on your shelves that you have not read yet, and that is The Tales of the Particular by, I believe you pronounce this Ransom's Rigs. Ransom's Rigs. So the next prompt is a prompt that is outside your comfort zone, or a book that intimidates you, and that would be this one, The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware. When I first got this, I had never heard of Ruth Ware. I didn't know who they were. I didn't know any reviews, and then as soon as I got this, it seemed like everyone was reading Ruth Ware and like everything was mixed reviews. This book was boring, this book was amazing, and then I got really scared of reading this, but I'm just gonna force myself to read it. I'm hoping for the best. It seems like this one might be one of her better books, so here's to praying. Overall, I think I'm excited for this. I do have the Turn of the Key on hold. I've had it on hold since like November from the Libby app. Who knows when I'll be able to read that, because I still have like months before I'm allowed to get it, so don't judge me for this, okay? Like, I know if you're a thriller reader, you should have read this, and like, you know, everyone always talks about this book. I don't know, I never really hear people talk about it. You know, they're always like, oh, she should have gone girled him, and I'm like, I'm assuming murder happens. Like, I don't know what type of murder. I don't know anything about this. I've never even looked at the synopsis on the back. But I have this book. I'm going to read it, finally. And I'm going to see if I like it. And I'll finally understand, like, she should have gone girl to him reference. Oh, also, this is a book that someone recommended to me. I don't really have many physical books on my shelves that people have recommended me. I usually just read through the library. So the next prompt is read a book that you're excited about, and that is An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson, and I'm very excited to read this. I heard it's fluffy fairies, basically. A fluffy fairy love story, and I'm very excited to read it. I just haven't gotten a chance to read it so far because this last year's been like amazingly busy since I've gotten it, but I'm ready for this. So this last book counts for 2 prompts, and it is blue on the cover and a diverse book, and that is The Undead Girl Gang by Lily Anderson. Obviously it has blue on the cover, and then the main character is supposed to be a fat girl, which I'm very excited about, and I think a couple of the characters are queer. I'm not exactly sure, but I believe so. But I'm very excited for this. I wanted to read this since I watched Zoe Reads to that video about the main characters, and I'm ready. My body is ready. I'm excited. I think this week is going to be a pretty good reading week, but we'll have to see. So that's all the books I'm reading for this week, the Backlist Readathon. Let's get into the vlog portion of this video. So I'm gonna start the readathon with the death of Mrs. Westfield. I keep forgetting how to like say that. Like, I can read it through the screen and I still don't know how to say it properly. Yeah, just because like I have 2 thrillers and I feel like it'd be a good idea to split them up. So I bought this like 2 years ago, as I said, and every time I read a thriller, I'm like really bored with it. Like, it's just boring. I don't know, maybe it's just because like the last 3 thrillers I read were really boring. Like the last, I can't remember the one's name, but I read You by Karen Kepnes and The Wife Between Us by Sarah Pekkanen and Greer Hendricks, and I was really bored with both of them. Like, hardcore bored. I feel like thriller books have just like not been doing what I want them to do, and like I just want to be a little freaked out, like a little confused, a little bit like, what's gonna happen, you know? Like, can I just be thrilled? This week has a lot weighing on it, okay? This Backlist Readathon has a lot of weight to it, and like, I'm sorry if you hear the talking in the back. My mom has decided to binge the entire Real Housewives of Orange County, or whatever it's called. I don't know. She's become one of those people. So I'm reading The Death of Mrs. Westaway What? She said, a liberal amount of cockney rhyming slang. I don't know what that means. I don't. Is Ruth Ware British? Is she British? Because I don't know what the heck is going on. I keep rereading things because, like, I just literally don't understand what it means, and like I just feel very stupid. Like a stupid American. Like, what are you talking about? I just like, what does that mean? Cockney rhyming slang. Like, what? So I just got to page 40 of The Death of Mrs. Westaway, and I am definitely starting to like it. It's definitely getting interesting. The main character's name is Hal, and she got this letter saying, oh, you have an inheritance of a bunch of money, like, please come to the funeral. No one else can get their money if you're not here. The names didn't match up. Like, her name is Hal Westaway, but for the person getting the money, it's supposed to be Harriet Westaway, and she's like, oh, that's not me. I'll just ignore the letter, like, they must have sent the address to the wrong person. And then, like, a scene later, she has like this loan shark coming after her, and she's like, oh, I need money. I'm gonna go try and steal this money from my non-relative. But here's the thing. I think that it is actually her grandmother. Because like it's just like a little too convenient. Either like it really is like an accident, but like I really think it is her grandmother. And they talk about how the mother is dead, like, you know, like the grandmother's daughter, like the main character's mother is dead as well, and she has no family. She has no father, which she never met, and she's like, oh, my grandmother died 20 years ago. This obviously isn't my grandmother, but I can play it off that it is. And like, I don't know, it's just like a little too convenient, you know what I mean? I feel like it is going to be her family. I'm not gonna say if it is or not because of spoilers, but I definitely think it's her family. I don't feel like I'm giving any spoilers right now because I'm only on page 70. Like, I mean, I guess that's kind of a lot, but I don't feel like it is. There's just like a lot of like information like in setup so far, and like we're just finally getting into the funeral bit. I'm sorry if you hear those noises. My cat never stops scratching stuff. She did a tarot card reading for one of her family members, and cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater. So I am so used to like all these books and all these TV shows being like having the main character like keep a secret from everybody, like a really important secret. It always comes out in like the really worst way, you know, and like it ruins trust and like everything. And this book, they said communication. Like, I know some really crazy stuff's about to go down. Like, I know it's about to get crazy. I've got 100 pages left, and I know it's gonna be wild. I can feel it. But like, she was like, oh, I made a mistake. Here's the truth. And then we're like, wow, crazy. Who's ready to have dinner? Like, who would have thought communication works? Who would have thought? Well, it's 6 a.m. but I finished it and it was really sad. So 5 out of 5 stars, obviously. Yum. Don't mind the nail polish. My mom paints her nails on it. So I just watched Heathers for the first time. And like, I know I shouldn't be reading, but I really want to watch Midsummer now. I might just do it. I'm just in that mood for like some crazy stuff, you know what I mean? Next, I'm very excited. Unsurprisingly, this is very sad. I'm more angry, to be honest. I wasn't expecting how angry it is. I'm definitely digging it. Excuse me, sir. I'm trying to read. Excuse me, sir. Are you just gonna sit back there? You're just gonna sit back there? Hmm. So I realized I forgot to say what this book is about. The main character, Mila, the opening scene is of her sitting at her best friend's funeral. They said that her best friend committed suicide, and Mila's like, no, she wouldn't commit suicide. Like, and if she did commit suicide, she wouldn't do it in the way that she did. And in the same week, 2 other girls died by suicide. And again, like, it's like very suspicious. In the same week, day after day, like day after day, or it's kind of confusing. But so the main character is obviously very distraught and missing her best friend, so she just decides to try and bring her best friend back by using a spell, because her and her best friend were Wiccan. She like got this book that like on the day of her best friend's funeral, like the next day or something, all of a sudden she got this book in the mail showing how to resurrect someone. And by accident, she not only resurrected her best friend, but she resurrected the 2 other girls that died before in the same week. And like the 2 other girls were like the classic stereotypical mean popular girls, and like they made Mila and her best friend Riley's like life hell, and they all like have to band together to like figure out, because like once they all come back, they're like, no, we didn't kill ourselves, like, but they don't remember their deaths. They don't like remember like 2 weeks leading up to their deaths, any of them do. So but they know that they didn't kill themselves. Like they're like, no, we didn't do this, like this is absolutely incorrect. And it's just them trying to figure out like who did it and why. And like they're like, what's our connection, like what makes us all similar, and like who's connected to all of us. And there's only one person that is connected to all of them, because the way the girls died, it's like they had to have trusted the person that killed them from where they were and how they were. Even though, and like the way it was like a suicide, like it had to have been someone that they trusted. There's only one person that could have done it, and like I get why no one's suspecting him of doing it. It's the only thing that connects the 3 girls that died, and all 3 of them were connected to him and trusted him to like not do something crazy to him, you know? So it's like, like I like really don't want it to be who I think it is, but I think it is, you know? And like the girls think it's someone else, and it's like it's too obvious. Like, oh, the creepy gross dude at school, of course it has to be him. Like it's too obvious, you know? Like I don't know if I believe it. So, but yeah, I'm halfway through it, and like I don't feel like I gave any spoilers, because a lot of that happened like right in the beginning. I've got like 6 pages left, but I'm so glad that I picked Enchantment of Ravens for the next book, because I'm sad. I put another shelf up, and it's so cute. I love this corner. Wow. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I would like to start this. It's actually 3 a.m. on Thursday the 12th. So today I didn't read anything, because I had a lot of homework to do, and we found out a bunch of stuff about the university. The governor of Florida closed all universities for 2 weeks, so I won't be going back to school until March 30th. And I'm a little bit freaking out, because in one of my art classes we have a gallery showing that we have to put it up April 6th. And I'm gonna have a week to do this giant 6-foot structure, and it's really freaking me out. So that's fun, but I'm gonna ignore all my problems with reading An Enchantment of Ravens. Why I can never remember to talk about the books that I am reading, I have no idea. I am sorry. But this book is about a girl. She is an artist, and she paints portraits for a living. And the people that mainly get portraits from her are fairy folk. She ends up painting a portrait of like a crown prince of the autumn court or something, and she paints sadness in his eyes, and like apparently it's like against their society to have emotions, so she's like gets charged in court, and like she goes on trial, and it's them falling in love, and I'm just so ready for it. And it's very short. It's only 297 pages, and I'm just I love short books. I love them with all my heart. And sometime soon I'm gonna read Crescent City, and that is a big boy. That is a big boy. So I'm gonna do a quick update about what's going on. Yesterday I did not read at all because of the coronavirus stuff. All of my teachers have assigned so much homework because everything's online, and I freaking out a little bit about how much homework I have. So yeah, I didn't read at all. I'm still on page 97 of Enchantment of Ravens, and I'm not gonna read Gone Girl. I have the audiobook of Tales of the Particular, and I'm gonna finish that because I am enjoying that. That is like a fun little book to read. If you love fairy tales, I think you would enjoy Tales of the Particular. So yeah, I'm not gonna read Gone Girl, which is sad because I really want to get to it, but I'm sure I'll get to it eventually. The main character got acne, and it like just shocked me to my core for like no reason, but it like blew my mind away. Like, acne, it happens. So I just wanted to make a quick little end check-in. I'm almost done with this. I've got like less than 40 pages. I know it's gonna be a 4-star. Honestly, I was a little bored with it at the beginning, but it's good now. So this was a 4-star, loved it. Didn't get to read this, oh well. 4-star, 4.5 star, loved it. An absolute 5-star. I love people trying to scam rich people, so yeah. So that's the end of the video. That's the end of the vlog portion. I obviously don't know if I liked all the books or not because I'm filming this before I read everything. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, who's to say, honestly? I hope I enjoyed it more than anything, because these videos are for me mostly. I had just like fallen in love with doing like video diaries of how I feel about a book. Yes, this is technically going to be my second video on my channel, but I've already started 2 other videos where I like word vomit how I feel about books. And it just like, I really like rewatching the videos where I talk about the books because it like, I like relive the experience of how I felt during reading those parts, and it makes me like fall in love with the book all over again, even though it's like been a week. But yeah, I love this, and I hope I continue to make videos. Like, who's to say? Who knows? I'm not a very consistent person sometimes. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't ramble too much. We're both here to say we're gonna go to sleep because this is Sleeping Books, and we sleep when we're not in front of the camera. So, bye!